Hi Shavir, I am Sakshi Sharma from BuzzInContent. Welcome to Spotlight.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sakshi, for having me.
Let's introduce you to our viewers as well. So today we have a special guest who has taken it upon himself to unravel the complexities of finance and bring it to the doorsteps of common man. So Shavir Bansal is the driving force behind the popular YouTube channel and Instagram handle Be Kifayati. So Shavir, अपने कंटेंट के बारे में बताइए किस तरह का कंटेंट आपके पेज पे मतलब ऑडियंस को देखने मिलता है एंड व्हाट kind of content are you putting on YouTube? Like, are you putting it separately or what?
Sure. First of all, thank you. Thank you, Sakshi, for having me on the show. So the kind of content that we put on BKFIT ranges, so everything and anything under the broad umbrella of personal finance. So when I talk about personal finance, it could be about investing. I mean, not investing as in buying or selling, but education related content to investing, to taxation, to insurances,
Okay.
and anything to do with personal finance. So that is the type of content that we put out.
Okay.
And on Instagram, obviously there are multiple short videos that we put out.
Okay.
And on YouTube, apart from those short videos, we put out long form videos, which are generally 6 to 8 minutes of explainer videos.
Okay.
How you can buy good insurances, or which are the best insurances, or which are the best mutual funds. So that type of content. So
Okay.
obviously the type of content that we put out on YouTube is a bit different from Instagram.
Okay.
It is more educational, I would say.
So you started off your content journey from YouTube, right?
No, so we started with Instagram. I mean, the
Okay.
first 100 pieces of content were the carousel post on Instagrams. And then we eventually stumbled to short form video. That is the time when short form videos were picking up on
Okay.
Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like your journey from being the chief manager of Kotak Mahindra Bank to becoming a prominent influencer with B Kifayati is inspiring. So,
Right.
ये motivate क्या किया आपको ये journey के लिए मतलब from a corporate career to financial educator?
So right, so this is a very interesting journey, I would say. बहुत ही ऐसा personal journey है. So after graduating from IMC, I was working with Kotak Mahindra Bank as a chief manager. So वहाँ पे my job was to speak to so many CFOs and treasury folks, basically all the finance folks in big companies. वहाँ पे I realized this interesting thing that they are managing finances of companies very well. But when it comes to their personal finances, even they have very little idea about कि यार अच्छा कहाँ कैसे invest करना है,
Right.
और कौन सी इंश्योरेंस लेनी भी होती है कि नहीं. That is one interesting phenomena that I noticed.
Okay.
And actually मेरे को I had this realization कि यार these are one of the topmost finance folks in our country, and even if they don't know, even if they have very little understanding of their personal finances, what about 99.999% of the India? So that was one realization which led me to sort of quit my corporate career and move to this.
Okay.
And then social media did not happen right from day one. Day one से मैंने अपना कुछ प्रोडक्ट बनाना शुरू किया था, बट बिल्डिंग दैट प्रोडक्ट टुक टाइम और ट्रैक्शन दिख नहीं रहा था. तो मुझे वो रियलाइजेशन हुआ कि यार प्रोडक्ट बना भी लोगे, how do you get people to see that product?
Right.
And that is when I started making content on social media.
Okay.
So first 3-4 months and when I started making content, there was no idea कि यार content बना के तुम you can amass this distribution, and so first 100 pieces of content were purely information से कि यार information देनी है, this is what I know about banking and insurance products and taxation, and this is what I want to share without expecting anything. So that is how I stumbled, and धीरे धीरे I saw this traction coming on my page, and then we sort of doubled down on social media, and that is how I started creating content full time.
Okay. And like your content on BKFIT covers a wide range of financial topics.
Correct.
So could you share your creative process for generating content ideas and especially for the engaging and informative reels that you create?
राइट. सो साक्षी, जैसे मैंने बताया था कि जब मैं बैंक में काम कर रहा था, सो बैंक obviously because they're very regulatory driven, RBI कितने rules होते हैं. So now when you're working in a bank, you're required to, know all those regulations by your heart. You are supposed to read
Okay.
everything
Hmm.
because bank में काम करते करते तो you can't,
Right.
slip up और कुछ कर नहीं सकते. So that is the time when I gathered this habit of going through all the documentation, the small terms and conditions which are there in the documents एकदम thoroughly, which
Hmm.
99.9% of us don't. सो जैसे मैंने डॉक्यूमेंट्स पढ़ना शुरू किया, मुझे समझ में आया कि यार काफी इंफॉर्मेशन उन छोटी छोटी टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस में लिखी है. एंड वहां से ही मेरे को समझ में आया कि यार इतनी सारी चीजें, इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें हैं कि दैट इज द इंफॉर्मेशन दैट पब्लिक शुड नो. First 50 pieces of content idea were from those short snippets of informations. Even
Hmm.
now I have this habit कि यार कुछ भी आता है ना, आरबीआई का कोई भी नया रूल आता है, आई गो थ्रू द इंटायर डॉक्यूमेंट एकदम ऐसे टाइम लगा के,
Hmm.
and we get so many content ideas, and that is how I kick started the journey.
Okay.
And now I'm abreast with all the latest information and keep getting content ideas.
Okay. And while I was going through the page and your YouTube channel, I was very curious to know, what was the reasoning behind selecting another influencer,
Right.
Manu, as the face of your page instead of being the face yourself?
I know, I understand that. Honestly, I tried my hand at creating videos first, and
Okay.
I was very bad at it. I'm accepting it here.
Mhm.
And मुझे लगा ठीक है अभी, obviously everyone is bad when they start. So one thought was कि I should keep doing it and eventually I will improve like everyone else.
Mhm.
Well, the second thought was कि यार ठीक है अभी मैं इतना अच्छा नहीं हूँ. Why not just hire someone to be the face and
Mhm.
hire someone who's already good at it, and I can just then focus on other things. And I took the second decision as a कि ठीक है इसमें let's make someone else the face of it. I will sort of be the director of this entire series.
Okay.
And in hindsight, this has worked very, very well for me. I will tell
Okay.
you why. Hiring Manu to be the face was like a pivotal moment for B Kifayati. That single decision has helped me scale B Kifayati to where it is today. Because of that, we have launched multiple channels. We now have 6 regional channels. Two
Okay.
of two of our channels have more than 100K subs within just 6 months of launch. Our one channel, Punjabi channel, has more than 500K subs now. So I wouldn't have been able to do this had I been the face of B Kifayati.
Right.
And now I see other creators also following this model. As this frees up your bandwidth to do other stuff.
Mm.
Because of that single decision, now we are launching one of the biggest communities of finance. Because I have time to work on other stuff.
Right.
So in hindsight, this was a very good decision.
Okay. And for your other channels, like you have different faces for other channels as well,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Okay. And what does your team look like? Like, do you only do the content thing and then you give out the scripts to, influencers?
No, now I have a team in place. We are a team of 25 folks, which
Okay.
includes script writers, editors, video editors, thumbnail editors. So now it's a team of 25 folks. Now
Okay.
I'm just supervising everything, and 95% of my work has been automated by my team is taking care of the entire content engine now.
Okay. So, next few questions, they are about the recent ASCI guidelines. And
Right.
since you are a influencer, so I would love to learn from you. Like, what are your insights on that? So, the recent updates to Advertising Standards Council of India, that is also known as ASCI, guidelines have brought about, significant changes for influencers in the finance sector.
Correct.
So, how do you view the requirement for influencers to be, registered with SEBI before offering investment-related advices?
So actually, to be honest, the potential impact of this rule is yet to be fully understood,
Okay.
because SEBI has just released a statement. I mean, I think the detailed guidelines are yet to be known to public. So,
Okay.
but I think this is a step in the right direction. This absolutely should bring a positive change within the at least the finance influencer community. I think
Hmm.
the rules have been launched for health influencers as well.
Right.
I
Right.
think these two are supremely important. So I
Hmm.
think it should absolutely bring about a positive change. But I'm just hoping, that SEBI is more open and to hearing what finance influencers have to say, and they jointly tackle this issue. Otherwise,
Okay.
it would become very difficult both for SEBI and for us, to just
Hmm.
understand कि अच्छा यार rule क्या है, अच्छा exact करना क्या है.
Right.
I just hope that this opaqueness is removed and there is some objectivity put to these rules. Like they should clearly tell कि यार अच्छा, तुम्हारा content इस category में है. And
Hmm.
you are the one जिनको certification की जरूरत, registration की जरूरत पड़ेगी.
Right.
I just hope that clarity is there in these rules. So
Okay.
we are fully waiting with optimism. I mean, what is next?
ओके सो जैसे कि आपने बोला कि आस्की को भी इस डायरेक्शन में थोड़ा काम करना चाहिए अलोंग विद इन्फ्लुएंसर्स सो
Right.
व्हाट काइंड ऑफ सपोर्ट आर यू सीकिंग फ्रॉम दिस बॉडी
Let me give you an example of what RBI did like couple of years back.
ओके
So RBI ने नोटिस किया यार कि बहुत ज्यादा ऑनलाइन स्कैम्स वगैरह हो रहे हैं, राइट?
ओके
So RBI started this aggressively, making ads on social media, on TV. Until now, I think it's been 3-4 years. Until now, audience still gets scammed, and उनको अभी तक नहीं समझ में आया कि अच्छा ये करना है, ये नहीं करना. So I think अगर सेबी says कि यार अच्छा ठीक है, हम भी we will also start actively promoting this, and finfluencers, you also start educating your audience. And
राइट
this is how jointly we can counter this issue of fake influencers. And there is a broader ecosystem कि यार अच्छा ठीक है, ये genuine influencers है, ये यहाँ पे आके सभी के साथ ऐसे काम कर सकते हैं. These are the influencers जिनको registration की जरूरत है. And this is the clear step कि आपको ऐसे ऐसे register करना है. So
राइट
I'm looking for that kind of objectivity from both ASCI and SEBI.
Okay. And what steps have you taken to ensure compliance with these new regulations?
Right. So there was a statement by SEBI chief sometime back कि SEBI doesn't have a problem with influencers who are just trying to
Right.
educate the audience.
Hmm.
I think broadly we lie on that spectrum of the finance influencers. Like
Okay.
none of our content have buying or selling tips. We don't talk about stock market. We are very
अच्छा.
sure. We don't talk about stock market. Like none of
Okay.
our videos are about stock market. We talk about mutual funds, but that is also very specific to education. कि यार अच्छा
Okay.
small caps में ऐसा है, large caps में ऐसा है. We don't give investment advice because sure कि यार नहीं देना है ये सब, ये नहीं करना है, because we don't have the proper registration to do so. So
Hmm.
we are just waiting for these detailed guidelines. I mean, एक बार जब guideline आ जाएगी, we first step we will do a thorough content audit. कि यार हमारा
Okay.
100% of our content should be in the acceptable SEBI guideline range. And
Hmm.
if we feel कि यार हमारा इस ये वाला जो content piece है, इसमें this falls on say a gray zone, not even on the negative side. If it falls on the gray zone, we will take active steps कि यार अच्छा ठीक है, registration करवाते हैं. We will
हाँ.
make all the necessary steps to get ourselves registered. One,
Okay.
I will be registered, and two, the company will also be registered. If our
Okay.
content falls on that, even on that gray zone.
Hmm.
So, but again, first step is कि यार सभी को गाइडलाइन निकालनी पड़ेगी detailed for
Right.
us to
Right.
audit our content.
Right. And I think it will take some time
It
to,
will take
for
definitely.
influencers also to understand and general public, like a common person like me, it is difficult to understand. And I get it कि influencers को भी अभी इतना ज़्यादा नहीं पता है
Correct.
कि guidelines किस बारे में है. So you are seeking for that support.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely. I mean, just to share one anecdote, I mean, sometimes back, in somewhere in March, I think 2023 or something,
Hmm.
SEBI chairperson, so she actively said कि यार uh, जिन influencers के 1 million से ज्यादा subscribers हैं, so they can't talk about they can't promote a particular demat account because that was leading to active trading.
Okay.
तो वो कह रहा था कि नया अकाउंट खुलवा रहे थे और वहां पे लोग ज्यादा ट्रेड कर रहे थे, एंड ऑब्वियसली वो ट्रेडिंग करते हैं तो नुकसान भी होता है. सो द चेयरपर्सन सेड कि यू कैन टॉक अबाउट you can't promote one specific demat account. We were
Okay.
like okay, नहीं करेंगे. But even after that regulation, so many companies, so many demat accounts, so many companies came to us saying कि यार तुम्हारा से Instagram पे तो 1 million से ज्यादा नहीं है, why don't you talk about our services there. but we are like,
Okay.
यार हमारा total तो 1 million से ज़्यादा है, so we want to be sure that we are on the right side of SEBI regulations, so we
Right.
won't work with you. So I
Hmm.
mean, the the onus is on us to be on the right side.
Right.
So that is, I mean, that is one extra thing that we are doing.
Okay. And do you guys also do like brand promotions? What kind of brands approach to you guys?
I mean, so all kinds of brands approach to us.
Okay.
Uh, I mean, anything and everything under the fintech sun, they approach us.
Okay. And how do you select or how do you prioritize कि मेरे को ये branding चाहिए ये नहीं चाहिए?
I mean, so prima facie, the brand has to resonate with the kind of content that we are making. I mean, it has to be on the education side of things and not.
Okay.
I mean, अगर हमको थोड़ा सा भी डाउट होता है, even a 0.1% doubt that this service may not be good for our audience, so
Hmm.
we outrightly reject. I mean, we reject 90% of the brands that approach us.
Right.
And so what we try to do is, since we have a team of 25 folks now, प्रमोट करने से पहले we try to use the product for some time to
Okay.
see कि यार ये सही है कि नहीं है. एंड
Hmm.
कभी कभी क्या होता है कि यूज करते करते भी नहीं समझ में आता.
Right.
बट यू गेट सो मेनी क्वेश्चंस, यार मेरा पैसा सेफ रहेगा कि नहीं, यू
Hmm.
नो व्हाट इज द ब्रांड डूइंग टू मेक श्योर दैट माय मनी इज सेफ.
Hmm.
Actively have those discussions with the
Okay.
brand multiple times before even thinking of promoting on our channel.
Okay.
So I mean, these are some of the things that we do.
Hmm.
Yes.
And so, talking about promotions and brand deals, like ASCI emphasizes the importance of prominently disclosing qualifications and certifications
Right.
details in promotional material. Since you're not the face of your page, so how do you like think going forward you will go about it? Like how will you unravel these things, or maybe while educating the audience you want to disclose qualifications and certification, तो उस ट्रैक पे आप जाने के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं?
राइट. सो साक्षी, एज आई सेड कि उसके लिए सबसे पहला स्टेप तो ये होगा, वी वुड नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि वो डिटेल में वो गाइडलाइंस है क्या.
हम्म.
अगर जब वो गाइडलाइंस आ जाती है, वी वांट टू ऑडिट आवर कंटेंट टू इंश्योर दैट वी आर वो कंप्लीट सेट ऑफ गाइडलाइंस को हम पूरा कंप्लाई कर रहे हैं. Subsequently, if we see that there is a need for registration, we will 100% go for it. And
Okay.
as I said, not just so I will go for individual certification, which will be written on the channel, my registration
हम्म.
number and everything. And if need be, BKFIT as a company will get registered with SEBI, so that
Okay.
any advice coming out of our handle, if generally we don't advise, but
हम्म.
if there is any advice coming out of our handle,
हम्म.
so it is 100% compliant with SEBI's guidelines.
Okay, so you are saying you strictly stick to the educational front.
Yes.
See, for example, if we talk about personal finances and you will educate your audience about it, but then you're not advising anything, right?
No. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Also, these guidelines are aimed at ensuring transparency and accuracy in influencer content. So, how do you anticipate that these guidelines will affect your audience's perception of financial influencers and particularly about you or your content?
Yeah, very honestly, Sakshi, I don't think that a broad majority of the audience care about what is happening in the SEBI.
Background, right?
Yeah,
Right.
they don't care.
Hmm.
I mean, उनको नहीं फर्क पड़ता है. So which is why I said कि यार SEBI को भी, SEBI in collaboration with finfluencers will have to make joint effort to make sure that audience cares.
Hmm.
What I see happening in the future is कि यार जो भी genuine influencers होंगे ना, वो शुरू में एक disclaimer देंगे because that this is coming from registered advisor, our registration number is this. अब
Right.
उसको उस रूल को फॉर्म होने के लिए आई मीन सभी का बहुत ज्यादा सपोर्ट लगेगा यहाँ पे.
Okay.
एंड I still think that onus is on influencers to lead that awareness campaign, but again require a huge support from SEBI.
Right. And coming back to your content and your page, so what are the content trends that you are currently working on, or maybe you are educating your audience about it?
So there are so one piece of content that we again in the awareness space that we see requires a lot of awareness is अभी जो बहुत सारे स्कैम्स हो रहे हैं, ऑनलाइन स्कैम्स,
हम्म।
जब से यूपीआई आया है, तो
हाँ।
उसके बाद बहुत ज्यादा स्कैम्स हो रहे हैं. एंड यंगस्टर्स को तो ठीक है, अभी समझ में आ गया है ब्रॉडली, बट पीपल स्पेशली हु आर अबव 35 years of age, 35 years एंड आर पेरेंट्स कैटेगरी, तो उनमें अवेयरनेस अभी बहुत बाकी है. एंड which is where our regional channels are doing a fantastic job of educating those section of audience.
ओके।
I think that is one category which we are focusing on very actively.
आपके रीजनल चैनल्स में से बेस्ट परफॉर्म क्या कर रहा है अभी?
I think Bangla and Punjabi are doing very well right now.
Okay. And what kind of feedback are you getting for your content from the audience?
I mean, the feedback has been astounding to say. I mean, if I share some stats about my Punjabi page, so our Punjabi page has like to dislike ratio of 99%. That means 99%, 99.1%, sorry. So 99.1% of the people are liking the content that we are posting, and 0.9% they don't. So I think that is something to say about the page. And growing very well. I mean, जनता को audience को पसंद आ रहा content. That is why it is growing. So, I mean, it is going wonderful. All of our pages have, I think, like percentage of greater than 97%.
Okay.
So,
So numbers tell us all that how your page is basically performing.
Yeah.
And if I have to talk about competition, obviously आपकी niche में और भी ज़्यादा और influencers हैं. I know influencers अभी ज़्यादा बढ़ रहे हैं, but still as compared to other niche, for example lifestyle and fashion, थोड़े कम हैं influencers इस niche में.
Right.
तो what sets you apart? मतलब उनसे क्या आप अलग कर रहे हो कि आपका content लोगों को पसंद आ रहा है?
Yeah, honestly, हमारा ना we don't have a very high production quality in comparison to other finance influencers. Our videos are still shot on a phone. We use a very basic quality mic. जैसी हमारी first video में था, अभी भी वैसा ही है. बहुत ही minor से upgrades किए हैं. What sets us apart is our relatability to audience and the kind of, I mean, जो हमारी insight होती है ना, I mean the kind of, again, I would come back to content quality. I think that has been top notch right from day one, which is what is helping us set us apart. हम कभी we don't, बहुत ज़्यादा high production quality नहीं होता, या we haven't collaborated, I think, with a single मतलब single other creator. तो अभी तक वो भी नहीं किया है. जितनी भी ग्रोथ करी है खुद से ही करी है हमने. तो relatability and content quality, these are the two things which are helping us.
Okay. And going forward आपके कुछ plans हैं कि कुछ नया करना है या कुछ नए niche में जाना है? मतलब आप finance sector में तो आप काफी educate कर रहे हैं लोगों को, but कुछ नया देखने को मिल सकता है क्या आपके पेज पे?
बिल्कुल नया देखने को मिलेगा. आई मीन अभी इतना बड़ा हमने मैसिव ऑडियंस ग्रो किया है. वी गेट क्लोज टू 30 million विजिटर्स अ मंथ. सो आइडिया इज इस जो पूरा ऑडियंस बेस हमने बनाया है, इसको अब कैसे प्रोडक्टाइज और नए नए प्रोडक्ट्स लेकर आ सकते हैं इनकी हेल्प करने के लिए. सो फर्स्ट हमारा जो फर्स्ट प्रोडक्ट है दैट इज कमिंग आउट नेक्स्ट वीक. व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इज लॉन्चिंग अ कम्युनिटी, बेसिकली लाइक अ कोरा फॉर फाइनेंस. Audience will be able to they can ask any questions that they have about their problems in personal finances, and our experts along with experts from audience, they can help resolve that query. So I think this is one of the many products that we'll be doing.
All right, all the best to you for that.
Thank you so much.
And another thing that I would like to ask you is ये Meta का जो thread app है, how are you leveraging that? Because मैं और भी content creators से बात करती रहती हूँ, but बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा response उन्होंने नहीं दिया. That they are not able to leverage it that well. जितना वो Spark आया था ना उसके launch होते ही.
Correct, यार. I think I have the same feedback. जितना तेजी से उस आया था वो, जितना अच्छे से फर्स्ट कपल ऑफ डेज में ग्रो किया था, उतनी ही डी ग्रोथ, उससे ज्यादा डी ग्रोथ हो गई है अब उसकी. आई हार्डली सी एनीवन यूजिंग थ्रेड्स जो अभी पहले यूज कर रहे थे. तो आई थिंक थ्रेड्स एज अ प्लेटफॉर्म को अभी हमने बैक बर्नर पर डाल दिया है. we are not, although we have close to, I think, 70,000 members on threads, but not actively posting content as of now.
Okay. And lastly, I would like to ask you, I have been talking to other creators also for this series. तो वो बोलते हैं कि obviously influencers की journey अभी पता नहीं, कल famous है, आज famous है, कल नहीं है, और उसके बाद पता नहीं content चलेगा नहीं चलेगा. तो for their sustainability, they are launching their own brands or products. So what do you have to talk about these personal brands that the creators launch for
I
their
think
sustainability?
बहुत अच्छा है. आई थिंक इट्स अ फैंटास्टिक मूव. आई मीन वी आर ऑल्सो फॉलोइंग द सेम सूट. मैं तो यार सबको यही बोलता हूँ कि अभी जो इंस्टाग्राम का ट्रैफिक है, यूट्यूब का ट्रैफिक है, किराए का ट्रैफिक है, ये
Hmm.
इंस्टाग्राम और यूट्यूब का ट्रैफिक है, ये बी की फैती का ट्रैफिक नहीं है. सो द
Right.
आइडिया इज कि ये किराए के ट्रैफिक को अपना ट्रैफिक बनाना है, विच इज
Hmm.
वाई वी आर वी आर लॉन्चिंग आवर कोरा फॉर फाइनेंस. तो
Okay.
आइडिया की वो ट्रैफिक मूव करके नहीं, वो ट्रैफिक वहां रहेगा, ये ट्रैफिक हम नया जनरेट करेंगे.
Okay.
आइडिया इज कि अपना ट्रैफिक जनरेट करेंगे और यहाँ से ट्रैफिक पे देन वी कैन स्टार्ट मोनेटाइजिंग दिस ट्रैफिक. सो
Okay.
आई मीन आई एग्री विद व्हाट अदर क्रिएटर्स हैव टू से. सबकी स्ट्रैटेजी डिफरेंट होती है, बट सबका
हाँ.
सेम ही है.
Right. मतलब everybody has to sustain after all.
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट. अभी ये ट्रैफिक है, अभी कल होगा नहीं होगा किसी को नहीं पता.
Absolutely. So, all the best to you for your new launch and for your page and your regional pages and other plans for future.
थैंक यू
I
सो
hope you do great as you are already doing. And it was lovely speaking to you. मेरे को personally आपके पेज
मच.
से बहुत कुछ सीखने मिलता है. और
ऑसम.
मुझे आज तक लगता था कि मतलब ये पहली बार है आई थिंक कि हम लोग अपने सीरीज पे किसी ऐसे क्रिएटर को लेके आए हैं जो खुद अपने पेज का फेस नहीं है. तो आई वॉज वेरी क्यूरियस, मैं थोड़ा सा स्केप्टिकल भी थी. आई यूज टू थिंक कि मनु यूज टू मेक ऑल द कंटेंट
करेक्ट.
till date, like she's the mind behind that, but then both of you are doing great job.
थैंक यू.
Obviously she's the face of your page, but then the way she presents the content, it's
Yeah,
it's
she's
absolutely
amazing. Yes,
fantastic.
amazing. Yes.
Right.
And
So
Manu and I don't have like a हम लोगों का ऐसा प्रोफेशनल नहीं होता कि यार आई एम हर बॉस एंड वैसा. आई नो मानू फ्रॉम लॉन्ग बैक. आई
okay.
मीन व्हेन आई थॉट ऑफ गेटिंग समवन फॉर बी किफायती, आई वाज चेकिंग विद मानू बिकॉज शी इज अ प्रोफेशनल एक्टर. सो आई
Okay.
वाज चेकिंग कि यार तेरे सर्कल में कोई है क्या जो कर सकता है. तो शी इज कि यार मैं तेरा कंटेंट काफी टाइम से देख रही हूँ एंड व्हाई डोंट आई गिव इट अ शॉट. इट्स लाइक
Okay.
नथिंग यार आजा. तो इट वाज सॉर्ट ऑफ लाइक दैट.
तो कितने साल हो गए हैं आपकी कोलैबोरेशन को अभी तक?
यार हम लोगों को इट्स बीन 2.5 years नाउ.
Okay. So
गोइंग
I think
वेरी
it's
स्ट्रांग.
working well for you both.
या स्टिल गोइंग वेरी स्ट्रांग. आई मीन वी हैव बहुत सारे फ्यूचर प्लान्स हैं हमारे, तो बहुत कुछ
Okay.
करना है हमको.
Okay. I am waiting to see that
हाँ.
because I personally follow you guys and मेरे को काफी कुछ सीखने को मिलता है. I'm very bad at maintaining this personal finance and all that
नया
stuff.
कंटेंट आ रहा है, आप स्टे हुक टू द पेज. बहुत बहुत कुछ
Right.
नया.
राइट. आई थिंक हमारी ऑडियंस को भी वेट रहेगा ही, बिकॉज ये कुछ ऐसा है पर्सनल फाइनेंस एंड ऑल्सो फाइनेंस सेक्टर में कि लोगों को नॉलेज रहती नहीं है. सो दे आर कीन टू लर्न कि अब नेक्स्ट क्या, कहाँ हमको पैसा डालना है, कहाँ बचाना है. सो यू गाइज आर डूइंग ग्रेट जॉब एंड अगेन थैंक्स अ लॉट फॉर टेकिंग आउट टाइम फॉर us and being on this show. It
थैंक
was
यू.
lovely connecting with you.
ग्रेट कनेक्टिंग विद यू टू. थैंक यू.